found you.
That's a statue.
Still don't get why Darius is after the Dragonstones, though.
'Cause they'll grant me an even greater power than I have now.
Darius!
Still alive, I see.
How do you think he got those tables in here? Like, did he carry those tables all the way back here to put the Dragonstones on?
I didn't think you had it in you to come this far. You must really want that bangle gone.
Yeah. But I'm not here for me anymore.
Well then, who are you here for?
Henchman. He made his henchmen carry tables all the way back here. Truly evil.
For the people who put their trust in me.
What? Those eyes. I hate those eyes. What happened to those minces I saw in Wellspring? They were broken, hopeless, defeated. And now they look like they did all those years ago. Because people trust you? Don't make me laugh. You'll just be betrayed again.
You're right. I might.
Do you know what happens when you trust others? They see you for the knafe you are and use you all they want. That's how I got to where I am today. I used you to get what I wanted, and now I own this whole town.
Right, Lord Darius. But after you've betrayed so many people, it must get pretty damn lonely at the top.
You're such a sentimental fool.
Maybe I am a fool. But trust is a sentiment I want to believe in. And it's one worth fighting for. You ready for this?
Did you forget what I taught you, Therion? Trust is the first step toward betrayal. We're shadows in the night, you and I. We have nothing to gain from trust. You might be right. We're nothing but good-for-nothing thieves at the end of the day. We're parasites, stealing from others to keep ourselves going. But Darius, even bottom feeders like us know what trust is.
Silence.
Don't preach to me, you worthless little worm.
Out of my way.
Well, they definitely, Oh, I can't use items. Interesting. They definitely went the route that we thought they were going to go. Still don't know if I really buy into it, but I think it is a cool idea that, like, you know, Therion has to learn to trust after... And, like, Darius is, like, the anti-version of that. He's what Therion could have become.
Bring about a miracle of healing.
Also, I kind of like the gimmick of this fight, not being able to use items. I don't think it's that much of a detriment, but if you were kind of like banking on items this whole time, then this fight would give you some struggle.
A touch of venom.
It is a good emote.
I am ready. The Panther Dance.
Whoa. Give me that back.
I appreciate it. Really.
Oh, you get your items when you break them.
This should give us a
How about you? A touch of venom?
I am ready. The lion dance.
out of my way. Are you? Time to steal the show.
Oof.
Now, what next?
Big oof. Let's go in ballroom.
How about you?
Yeah, he's already almost dead.
Curses.
I can't lose, not to a knave like you. The knave is you, Darius. Me?
Yes.
You lived in fear of being betrayed, so you were always the betrayer. You were too afraid to trust others. I'm not afraid. I used you and disposed of you because I knew I could do it, Jack Jones. I don't need anyone, and I don't need you. We almost missed that dialogue, so I almost one-shot him.
The battle is truly joy. Out of my way!
I am ready. Bring about a miracle of healing.
I appreciate it, really. What is the logical course of action? Nothing will quiet the storm.
Well,
You should have studied harder.
should have studied harder.
So, it's finally over.
Looks like it, partner. What was it that you wanted? Did you get it? After you betrayed me?
You're so predictable, Therion.
I love this, these like white beady eyes he has here.
I wanted to see the view from the top, and I would have stepped on anyone to get ahead. It was fine if nobody believed in me. As long as I could keep climbing, I didn't need anybody else. I'll be at the top. Me.
Farewell, partner.
Damn it. Who cares about the stones? I have money. I can start over somewhere else. You there! Help me carry this gold! This, and this, and this! All of it! It's all mine! Ugh! You traitors!
Traitors? That requires loyalty first. We're only here for your money.
Exactly. Gareth was probably the only one who gave a damn about you.
Look at all this money! And it's all ours now!
Someone help me. partner. Please.
Heathcote! Mr. Therion!
In the flesh.
I'm getting too old for adventures like this. Perhaps it's time I started acting my age.
I'm so happy to see you back safely.
I apologize if I made you worry.
You even had me worried, old man.
Pardon?
It's nothing. More importantly, here are the Dragonstones. Don't lose them this time.
I can't thank you enough. Your promise has been fulfilled. I shall remove the ban now. Heathcote, the key, please.
A key won't be necessary, milady.
What do you mean?
The lock has already been undone.
What?
He's right.
But when?
I discreetly unlocked it when you first suggested it.
Wow.
That was ages ago.
Therion. Truly out of his depth.
Did you know it was unlocked the whole time?
Would it matter at this point?
No, he didn't. No shot.
So, tell me what's so special about these stones. Darius said they could grant him some great power.
Well,
Allow me to answer in your stead, Miss Ravis. The Dragonstones are the keys to unlocking the Gate of Finis.
And that is...
A gate that, if opened, can change this very world. Or so the legends say. It may sound like a mere fairy tale, and yet...
Darius believed it. Do you think the Dragonstones granted Darius the power to rule all those thieves?
I cannot say for sure, but whether or not its power or the gate exists, the Ravis family has been the guardians of these stones for generations.
Huh, it's a great story and everything, Heathcote. It's got nothing to do with me.
Of course it doesn't. Your promise to the Ravis family has been fulfilled.
Mr. Therion,
Well, I guess this is goodbye.
Peace. What? That was so sudden. What was that? What in the world was that? That was so sudden. Guess this is goodbye. Credits. But, like, how is that the end of Therion's story? There's no shot. Actually, no shot. That's the end of his story. And also, this just, like, came out of nowhere. Okay. These credits are kind of cool. Just us blasting every boss. I don't even want to give my thoughts yet. I don't feel like the game's over. It just like poof ended. No, these are the first credits we've gotten. That wasn't even final boss. That was Primrose's first boss. So wait. Are these actually accurate kills? I'm kind of looking at this and like... I think this is actually how we killed each boss. That's kind of really cool. I've seen a lot of credit sequences like this, and I always thought it would be cool if they actually, you know, recorded how you beat each boss, but it's never the case. It's always just, you know, their own creation. This might be the first time that it's actually the way we killed each boss. Which 90% of the time is Cyrus. Well, it was for the first part. It's going to turn into Therion as we get further. But even like the status ailments and like which characters are hurt and stuff are like accurate too. This is really cool. And like their clothes are like accurate depending on what job I gave them. And the attack I used. That's so cool. Like I said, I've played so many games that have like an ending like this, where for a second I thought maybe maybe it was recording, and then I realized like, oh no, it's just a default, whatever. This one, they finally did it. There's some long credits, especially for a smaller project. Still a big project, but yeah, it's like all Therion now. Yeah, smaller and big quotations. Thank you, S-Wing, for the Prime. Appreciate you. How's it going, Snipes? Yeah. I'm still like baffled by how like out of nowhere the credits started. That was so wild. Is it really gonna end these credits and it's just gonna be like Therion Finn? They had to have split up his ending to where like the second part of his ending is gonna play after this. I bet you each character has like a split where the credits play if they're your last character. Gotta be. I refuse to believe that's the end of his story. Oh, please don't tell me anymore. I need to find out for myself. I feel like I should explain the Uno story. I don't know if you need to be honest with you. I think I got the whole story. Well, either way, I don't want to know when things exist or when they don't exist. I want to be able to explore. Also, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about, like, the cutscene. Like, I think there's more to this cutscene. But I'm waiting for the end of the credits to see. Like, I think each character probably has, like, a halfway split where if it was your final character, you get the credits and then you get the other half. Because there's no way he was just like, see ya, and then you get his end card. There's no way. Yeah, this feels like a really empty credit sequence. Like, we didn't end anything. Yeah, I knew it.
Mr. Therion?
Can't you just let me walk away in silence for once? Or is there something else you need me to do?
No, of course not.
She simply came to see you off.
You don't need to do that.
I understand, but I just had to this time. You left before I could properly thank you. Without you, who knows what would have befallen my family's heirlooms?
Okay, listen, Cordelia. You can't kidnap somebody, force them to do your work in order for them to be free, and then get mad at them when they leave without being able to say thank you. That's not how this works, Cordelia.
But you risked your life to see them restored, and for that, you have my eternal gratitude.
I don't need thanks. Like I said, I was just fulfilling my half of a deal.
Therion, this wasn't a deal. I mean, I guess maybe because he was stealing, I guess you could call, but like, it really wasn't a deal.
Even still, the fact that you helped me is undeniable.
If you insist.
Where will you go?
Wherever my feet take me.
I knew he
So
was going to
it's
say
a
that.
wanderer's life for you then?
More or less.
I wish you a safe journey, Mr. Therion. Farewell.
Cordelia. Thank you.
For what? For what exactly? Yeah, so I have a couple of gripes, I'm gonna be honest with you. First of all, I just didn't really connect with Therion's story, to be honest. Like, I'm curious to see in the comments, like, what people thought of Therion's story, if they liked it or not. I think it was good, but I just really was very disconnected from it the entire time. I just don't really, I don't know, I just didn't really vibe with it. Like, it felt like it was going in a lot of other directions, a lot of weird directions. He's like, it ends with him being a wanderer, but his whole story was about trusting people. like, I get what they were going for, and I feel like they did do the thing, but I don't know. I just didn't really connect with it much. I don't know. I didn't really vibe with it. It felt like, I mean, it was late into chapter 3 where it started to do the whole trust story. Like, before that, it was just kind of, he's a wanderer and he's a thief and he does what he wants, and he was backstabbed, but now he lives a life of take what I can to survive. And then it wasn't until like the end of chapter 3 where it was like, he needs to trust people or else he's never gonna survive. But I don't know, it just doesn't, like, because he lived his whole life not trusting people and he was just fine. And he had a reason to not trust people because he was backstabbed by his best friend. So, like, there was never a point where it was like, oh, Therion, you have to trust people or else X. Like, that never happened. Heathcote saved him once, but it wasn't because he trusted him. It was because he was doing the dirty work for Heathcote and then he came and saved him, you know? It's not like he was on his own quest and then Heathcote saved him. It was like he was doing the job for Heathcote and then Heathcote saved him. So was it really trusting him? I don't think so, you know? So I don't know. It just didn't, there was never really that moment where it was like, oh, Therion finally learned to trust somebody and that's why he saved the day or that's why he was able to rescue what, like, it just never really, I don't know. And the whole time he felt like kind of annoying. You know, during the other character stories, it just felt like weird that he would just steal from totally innocent people and everyone was okay with it because he was a thief and he had to scrape by to survive, so it was like, okay. And then he walks into Darius's town and he's like, this is terrible, this is a thief's paradise, but everyone lives in fear. And it's like, well, yeah, that's what you want, isn't it? Like, from the very beginning, when you were with Darius, you guys were like, screw the guards. So, like, isn't that what you wanted? And then there was never really a moment where he was like, this isn't the life I should be living. Like, he's just going off to do it again. Like, he's just going to continue to be a wandering thief. Like, his life didn't really change. So, and I do like the way that Darius was like what Therion could have been if he continued down the path. So, like, there was some good stuff there, but I don't know, just didn't really vibe with me. I still think it was okay. Not the worst story, but didn't really vibe with me. Oh, we can remove Therion now. So yeah, that's just kind of my thing. I don't think it was the worst, but it just wasn't my favorite for sure. But I think the bigger issue I have is that credit sequence. That was really obnoxious. I don't know why they put the credits there. That was kind of like one of the worst credits sequences. Like, I have no... because I don't feel like the game's over. So, the fact that it, like, in the middle of Therion's resolution, tried to, like, insert the credit sequence... You know, the credit sequence should be this epic, like, oh, I went through the journey and I finished it and here we are at the credits. And that was just like, that was just a distraction. Like, oh, now we got to sit through the credits before we can see the end of Therion's story. Like, that was awful. I kind of hate that. And I don't know if there's more to do or not. We're going to find out here in a minute. But... like, that was just really strange. Like, at the very least, play it at the end of Therion's part. Like, that would have been fine. But the fact that it was in the middle, and it was just out of nowhere, that was really bizarre. I was not a big fan of that at all. Okay, so... oh, and I was going to ask this. You guys can go ahead and answer this. I think I already know the answer, but if I were to do Therion's first, or if you were to do your main character's chapter 4 first, do the credits play then? I'm guessing they do, right? That would be even more bizarre. Like, it would feel like you're not even 80% done with the game and the credits, like, suddenly play. Yeah, that's, I gotta big disagree on that. That's really wild. I do not like that at all. That's kind of terrible, in my opinion. That's not great. Okay, so... Guessing there's nothing here. Hey, thanks for being here, Danny. Appreciate it, man. I'm wondering what these dotted lines are, because this dotted line goes here, which is the only part of the map that I don't have uncovered. They all go to the water, so it almost seems like they're boat paths, but they can't be boat paths, there's no water. I wonder what these are. Maybe region borders. It's just weird they all like get split by the water, but maybe that's how they split them. Okay, so how do we get here? It doesn't look like there's a path. So maybe I gotta go do the post bosses. Maybe that's the next step. Oh, we do have up here too. Yo, thank you, Seraphic. I'm actually really confused. I thought for sure we would do all 8 stories and then it'd be like, boom, chapter 5, the finale or something. The fact that it just plays the credits and then plops you on the map, like, if there is something that brings all the characters together, it's definitely seeming like something that 99% of players are not going to find. Which is very peculiar to me, like as a game design decision. I'm not sure why they wouldn't just, like, I think what would be super cool from my point of view what would be super cool is if after you did all 8 chapters, there was like a chapter 5 that opened up like, you know, here. And it was like recommended level 80 or something, right? And the idea was you go to all these post-game thingies, shrines, to get strong enough to do the final big battle. Like, how cool would that be? Then, like, these shrines are optional, but they're also, like, part of your journey to the end. And I feel like everyone would be super motivated to do them. And these shrines have, like, the best boss designs. So you'd really motivate people to do them. Like, that would be sick. Why would they not do that? Why would you just play the credits and give everybody a way out? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not that everyone is immediately going to quit the game as soon as they see the credits. But when you see the credits, it's kind of the game saying, like, hey, this is the end of the game. Like, if you want to continue, here's this extra stuff you can do. It's bonus. But, like, you've beaten the game, right? So, like, why do that? Why do that here? It's just kind of dumb. I really don't like how they handled this. Yeah, just, I don't know. Not a big fan. Not a big fan of that. Now, of course, because I'm me, I'm still very interested to do these post-game bosses. And we're definitely going to do them as part of the Let's Play. So have no fear. But, yeah, very... And I'm once we beat these post-game bosses, if there's something afterwards, which don't tell me if there is, but if there is, I'm going to be very confused as to why they didn't give some kind of hint to the player, like, hey, there's more.
Out of my way.
And, you know, if there isn't, or if it's not that great, then I'm going to be wondering, like, why did you not put more time into bringing all these characters together in some way, you know? Because that's what everyone is expecting.
I will cut you down!
I am ready. May the sacred flame shine forth.
Ow. So yeah, I don't know. I'm confused. I will say that I am confused as to the idea here, but I will keep playing. Not going to look anything up. I'm just going to keep playing and see where it goes and see how I feel about it once we get there. But I'm definitely questioning the idea here. And yeah, I gotta be honest, like, in terms of the ending, I'm not very happy. Like, if we had ended on Ophelia's or Primrose's story, I probably would have been, like, happy. But, you know, you don't... When you start the game, you pick your main character having no idea who anyone is, right? So it's really kind of random. Like, yeah, you're going to pick someone that looks cool or looks like you might like them, but, you know, you have really no idea who you're picking, which stories are good, which stories are bad. And so when you get that final credit scene, it's kind of random which one you're getting. Like, imagine someone picking Tressa first, and they get the Tressa credits. Like, that would be horrifying. Guess I'll just go back home. Credits. Like, it'd be so... There'd be like no... That'd be the worst finale ever.
Knighthood, bring your
To like this big, awesome, epic journey with these 8 characters, and we've traveled over all the land and everything, and then the ending is just like, guess I'll go home, and then the credits play. Like, that's awful. And that's kind of how I feel about Therion's too. Like, that was kind of a crap ending, especially where they decided to play the credits. But even if they had played the credits after Therion walked away, it still would have been kind of bad.
Watch my blade dance. The battle is truly... I will cut you down!
So yeah, I gotta admit, like,
My turn.
ending kind of sucked. And even if we do all these post-game shrines, and then there's some like big final boss, and then after that big final boss, the credits play again, I don't think I can really give it merit, because 99% of players aren't going to see that. 99% of players are going to see the first credits. So although I'll be happy about it, and I'll enjoy it myself, if I were being biased or unbiased here, I still feel like the ending is kind of crap. Like, for the majority of players, the ending is going to be kind of bad, which is a shame. Because this has been such an epic adventure with all these different stories and characters. Like, dude, I'm kind of frustrated. Because, okay, imagine this. Imagine this. Therion's story finishes, and then it goes to like Therion's fin picture, right? And then you press circle, and instead of it going back to controlling, it fades to black, and then there's one final like, and so the story of the 8 characters comes to a close, blah blah blah, and then the credits play. Even that, like a 2-second dot, like, you know, the script thing that it keeps coming up with, even if that just came up and had like one final little thing, and then the credits played, that would have been infinitely better than just playing in the middle of Therion's ending, right? And that would have taken 2 seconds. You know, if we're saying like, oh, this is a smaller project, they didn't have enough time to do a big finale, that would have taken 2 seconds to just have a dialogue pop up and be like, and so ends the story of the Octopath Travelers. They traveled together and so many adventures they went on, and they all learned something important, and at the end of the day, Therion sucks, and then credits play. Like, that would have been like 1,000 times better. So like, I'm really struggling here. Like, I don't understand why they wouldn't do that. Like, was the idea to make the ending so abrupt and weird that you wanted to keep playing to try to find a better ending? Is that what it is? Like, did they sit in a room and think like, okay, we sent this out to everybody for the tests, and we found that once they got to the credits, they didn't have any desire to keep playing. So how are we going to get them to keep playing? And then somebody was like, let's make the ending suck so much that they're just like, what the heck, there's got to be more. And then they keep playing. And then they like went back and they were like, let's put it in the middle of the ending of the character they picked first. Like, that's the only argument I can see for that. Is like they did it on purpose. Which, if they did, then, I mean, they got me, because I'm going to keep playing now. So, I was going to anyways, because I want to fight these bosses, but I'm genuinely hoping for another ending. Like, I'm searching for another ending now, because that ending didn't give me any closure. So if that's what they were looking for, you know, they got me. But I think that's giving them too much credit. I agree. I think that's maybe I think that's maybe giving them too much credit. So yeah, but yeah, I'm struggling. I'm struggling with that ending. I want to hear what YouTube thinks of that. You know, without spoiling whether or not there's more, which is going to be hard to do because I know, like if there's more, then it's going to change your opinion of it. So I guess maybe you can just go ahead and you know, say what you want about the ending, and I just won't read those comments until I'm done with the game. But yeah, my opinion will definitely change if there is more. But even if there is more, I'm still very confused as to why they did it like that. Because again, 99% of players aren't going to find it. And that is just such a terrible ending. So yeah, even if there is more, I think that was really kind of terrible. But I'm curious to hear what you guys think about it. But yeah, I'm gonna stop here. Just to preserve my voice a little bit. And this is a great place to stop because we just got the credits. So next week we can start post-game proper. But yeah, overall, I actually really liked Alphin's story in the end. I think it's a good kind of side story that connects some of the stories and feels like it fits. Therions, I think, was okay, but I just personally did not really vibe with it, and it just felt really fragmented in what it was trying to tell us. So not a big fan of Therion's story, but I don't think it was the worst at all, and I think that some people probably will connect with that story pretty well, so don't think it's bad, just personally didn't like it. And like I said, overall, I really disliked the ending. But we'll see if there's more to it. And yeah, we're going to move on to Final Fantasy VII, but before we do that, we got to say goodbye to YouTube. So YouTube, thank you so much for watching Let's Play Octopath Traveler. I appreciate you guys so much. Look forward to hearing what you guys think. And go ahead and spew whatever you want about the ending. I will just wait to read the comments until I'm done with the post-game. So go ahead and spoil as much as you want if you need to explain your opinion of the ending. And we will catch you guys in the next episodes of Let's Play Octopath Traveler. Peace.